กับฟันพบกันที่ไรก็เรื่องใหญ่น้ำกับไฟถ้าไกลกันได้ก็ดีหมากับแมวมาเจอกันสู้กันทุกทีต่างไม่เคยมีวิธีจะพูดจานกกินโครงโผลงมากอบโครงนกเอี้ยงอ้อยอีเอียง
Hello. Assalamualaikum. Selamat malam. Sawadikap. Sawadikap. Welcome to LOL with Rizal, and good to have you here on board. Ooh, what a week. It's been a crazy week. Guys, thank you so much for joining in to LOL with Rizal. We are actually at season number 6. Not season, episode number 6. Can you believe it? Episode number 6. Terbang cepat betul lah. Okay, so what's been happening this week? Well, what's been happening last week? Crazy, right? I mean, we all know last week we had a different prime minister. Now we have a new prime minister. Apa ni? Ada orang banyak komplain sekarang. Apa pasal kau prime minister baru nak dapat bini baru boleh tak? Jangan bini baru. Bahaya tu. Okay. So we've got a lot of things that are happening in the country at the moment. So I think most of you guys know already that we can go out and makan. Dining is okay. And can someone confirm with me that Bangsa is going crazy now? People are already eating out and so on. Yes. Oh, we got people in already. Yo, Satay man. What's up, CA? Yo, Satay seller first. Ke? Memang number one. You are memang the early bird star. And then we got Chris. Hey Chris, what's shaking, folks? Oh, many things shaking lah. When you're my age, at 44, everything shakes. Everything shakes, doesn't it? Oh, okay. So we're back to the topic of PM number 9. PM9 dah masuk dah. Okay, there's no cabinet, so probably they should go to IKEA and buy the new cabinet lah. Okay, much better. I think CA would agree with that, right? CA. Okay, guys, if you just tune in, please say hi. And then, shout out a comment. And we're happy to have you on board. Today is so exciting. So super exciting. Just in case you missed my overlay just now, I want to show it to you again. So today we have Johan Irwan, who is the president of the Malaysian Association of Professional Speakers, MAPS. Chayala, man, that's cool, man. That's so cool. One of the big guests that I have this time around in LL with Rizal. So very happy to bring this guy on board with us. And we have Darren. Sawadikap. I actually miss Bangkok a lot, man. I mean, most of you guys, if you've been to Bangkok, the food is nice. Guys, don't say something else. The food is nice, okay? The food is nice. I don't know about CA. He might say something else. All right. Oh, Satay Boss. Satay Boss is in as well. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Okay, I know that I got the guy, the guest, he's at the back preparing, doing his makeup, making sure the backstage guys are watching over him. He's going to come in pretty soon. But before we go on, just wanted to make sure, what we're going to be talking about today is all about how you can make an impact as a professional speaker. Benda professional speaker ni, speaker radio bukan. All right, it's not that. As you know, I aspire to be a professional speaker. And I love speaking to people. I've been speaking to people all my life, but now I want to make money and make an impact as a professional speaker. And I'm so lucky. Because I met a lot of people in my journey the past 6 months when I went out from my corporate world to, and then entrepreneurial life. I met a lot of people, and the guest today was one of the few that I met. And I asked him, what can I do? What can I do with my expertise? So he spoke about leadership training, all the types of different corporate trainings that you can do. And then he also brought me into the world of professional speaking. And now here I am, a member of MAPS, and I've been taking part on their amazing events and whatnot. And I met a lot of amazing people. Amazing, man. So cool. And we got this guy here. Hello, Faizal. Oi, ni bahaya ni. Dia nak korek rahsia ni. Aku tahu sangat. Dia nak tahu kat mana Ayam Kampung Nasi Campur itu tu. Betul tak? Okay. Satay King. Oh, our PM also looking for new speaker. I told the guys just now, right? The new PM should just go to IKEA to get the new cabinets lah. You should go to IKEA, you get the new cabinets. Easy. Don't have to worry. Don't have to worry. Okay, guys, we're almost there. I'm gonna bring in our special guest in a few seconds now. Um, I'm just choosing some background music to just go with the flow today, and we got a few more people. Wah, tu dia. Ayam kampung dah mai dah. Ayam kampung dah mai dah. All right, guys. We're gonna get going. We're gonna get going, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm sure you are ready. Okay, let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. Without further ado, let's bring in our guest for today. Grrr, ta-da, yellow.
Hello, hello, hello.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Okay, first of all, we want to thank you, myself lah. I want to thank you for agreeing to come on to this show, LOL with Rizal. Really, really happy. And today we're talking about making an impact as a professional speaker. So I'm pretty sure everybody really wants to know more about you. So, Johan, apa lagi? Cerita sikit lah. Kita orang semua nak tahu. Apa cerita Johan Irwan ni?
Apa cerita Johan Irwan?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe a bit louder, your voice. Just a
Can
bit
hear me?
louder. Yep.
Okay.
Now can hear. Yep.
Yeah, can hear. All right.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Rizal, for bringing me in. Wow, I'm so excited lah. I tak tahu lah. I've been to a lot of session where people do Facebook Live or people do live, and then tonight I'm so excited. I don't know why. Probably. Okay, I'm super excited. I'm not sure because of the Ayam Kampung or is it because of the Ayam Kampung. Okay. So you want me to what you want me to do to explain a bit about myself, is it?
Yeah, bagi intro lah sikit. What is, who is, where is, when is Johan Irwan?
Okay. Okay. My name is Johan. I am currently running a training company called Lead Leadership Academy. So I'm very much passionate about leadership. I think since 2010, maybe around there, I started to like whenever I saw the word leadership, or dia macam tangan tu macam meremang bulu roma lah. That kind of feeling, and started off with I'm handling I used to be an engineer lah. Basically, I was an engineer and I worked in manufacturing company for several years. And after working in several years, I felt like I cannot see myself like 10 years down the road. So that is where I started to think of something else. And in 2008, what happened was the financial crisis, right? And during the financial crisis, one thing that I noticed that because of I'm working in manufacturing company, and our product mainly export to US and Europe, and because of this financial crisis in the US, so people don't buy our product. So basically, especially the operators, suddenly they have no jobs, so they were forced to leave, unpaid leave, are forced to leave. So I started to reflect, man. As an engineer, no matter how hard I work, I can't do things like macam bila financial crisis, I can't really like save the jobs. So at that point of time, I'm thinking that maybe marketing is can bring more impact because of marketing. So even though financial crisis, if marketings are creative people, they can get the sales and then get the order, and then engineers like me will have some work to do, and also the operators will have some work to do. So I decided I wanted to put into marketing.
Uish.
So when
Engineer ke marketing?
engineer ke marketing. So when you wish, you focus on it, suddenly it comes, right? So I was a product marketing executive in a security company. I was so happy lah doing marketing initially kan, macam best buat marketing. But somehow after 6 months or so, I started to feel lost. The reason I felt lost was because I felt like macam tak ada direction. So when tak ada direction, I started to talk to my manager. So my manager, I said, boss, can you give me some direction lah kan? Nak suruh I buat apa sebenarnya ni? I can come up with a lot of ideas, but can you give me some direction? And then I remember my manager said that, Johan, how can I give you direction? Our CEO also keep on changing direction. So at that time, I noticed that it is not about engineer, it's not about marketing, it is all about leadership. So if you have
Betul.
leaders that macam tak clear ke mana hala tuju, where we wanted to bring our organization, or even at country level where we want to be our country, or even at community level where we want to bring our community, then I think that's the issue. Okay,
Hmm.
so that is where I started to felt like I wanted to study more about leadership. So that was in 2009, and 2010 onwards, leadership something like
Hmm.
becomes a lot of my passion, studying leadership.
Oh, from engineering, then trying to go to marketing, and then go back to the big boss and ask away. Big boss also changed direction. So what you felt was what brought everything together was leadership. Leadership. Phew. I think that especially for you, right? You're doing leadership training. I'm very sure that you've been to many companies and you've been around Malaysia a lot. And how many companies have you already trained? If you are able to disclose that information, just number roughly lah.
I can't really count.
Oh my
Uh,
god,
a lot, too
idola.
many. In fact, when I put logos, the touch code satu slide tu, I have to like every year I have to shrink it a bit because since
Oi,
2000 I have to like macam. So
oi,
if you ask me,
bestnya.
I totally cannot come up with a number.
Kejap. I want to ask.
Yeah,
So when were you an engineer? When were you an engineer? When was that?
I started to working in manufacturing. Okay lah, I interned in 2005, and then as I
5.
graduated, I started
Hmm.
off as a technician.
Hmm.
Why? Because of actually my supervisor called me up to work, and then they said nak
Hmm.
pakai orang. And I said, "Oi, I
Ah.
tak habis exam lagi, tak habis final exam lagi. No, kita nak pakai orang. So bila you boleh datang?" So I was like macam, oh my god, I'm like next week will be my final exam, and then dia kata, okay,
Hmm.
boleh tak the day after you habis exam tu, boleh tak you masuk kerja? I was like macam, oh my
Oi.
god. Memang
Yeah.
seriously, I don't take any leave after my final days of study, and then when I
Yeah.
quit, I think the next week I work in another company, and then after I quit that company, then the next week I work in another company until I
Ooh.
betul-betul resign in 2013. That was like macam the first time I really felt like macam okay, this is like macam betul-betul cuti.
Oi. Okay. Wow, that hard
Actually, I
work,
enjoy
man.
lah.
But that's good.
I enjoy
So,
working actually.
dekau ni Dr. Nurul kata apa? Mesti
No, no,
scorer ni
I'm not.
Johan.
I am not born as an engineer, and I think I made mistake to choose engineering as my field of study. I was
Oh.
struggling. I tried to study, but I was struggling, and my final CGPA is 2.73. So I'm not even a
Oh.
3 point. So um,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
Uh, now
Oh.
I can admit that lah. But when I first graduated, macam segan kan nak cakap kita bukan 3 pointer.
Kita punya universiti lain sikit. Kita paling tinggi 3. 3 point.
Oh, ya, paling
Tak
tinggi
adalah.
3.
Tipu je lah.
Oh, that's the
Oh,
reason.
ni Bob Low kata, I think our cabinet needs some leadership training. Betul lah.
Okay, talk
Our
about
leader,
cabinet.
our cabinet.
It's a very complicated. But if you allow me to like, have 3 hours, kan, I have a lot of opinions, a lot of things. Because when we talk about cabinet, as a rakyat, kan, we think that it's easy to manage this politicians.
Hmm.
But, I have so many things that to talk about when talk about these politicians. When talk about every politicians have their own values, have their own thinking, have
Ah.
their own when talk about politics, a party, there's no good or bad party. I think all parties are good.
Hmm.
Maybe
Hmm.
good or bad individuals, yes, but as a
Hmm.
party, kan. But the thing about politics is about ideology. So as long
Hmm.
as you align with the ideology, then you can work together. But if your ideology is like macam dia macam susah sikit nak align, then it's quite difficult to actually work together. And dia
Hmm.
macam, of course you can get together for one cause, but after that cause is macam done, then you don't have anything that can align you. So that's something that I
Betul.
think happens in Malaysia lah, and not only
Ayah.
Malaysia, in a lot of other countries.
Betul. I mean like talk about, okay lah. Next time we do a Facebook live 3 hour session, banyak time. We just go we just go and review. But they talk about, that's a actually good money making scheme, train the politician. We should do a politician boot camp before they
Uh,
go up, right?
I don't think that that's my level lah. I can give views and opinions, but I think um, we can only talk at certain level that I think we are at lah.
Oh, is it?
Politicians, kita selalu kutuk politicians, and the reason
Ah.
why we kutuk politicians is I think because of the media. You know, politicians
Oh.
are smart people. Most politicians, not all, most politicians are smart people, but the media quoted things like macam they highlight some stupid thing that they said, and then they frame it like this is okay. I give you an example.
Ah.
I was once I saw Mazli Malik and dia punya last time when he was a education
Oh.
minister kan.
Yeah.
He was talking about okay, this is our education strategy, blah 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 blah. I think wow, this is very very good. Suddenly ada satu orang wartawan tanya, YB, kita dah decide nak pakai kasut hitam. How about the sock? Macam stokin ni macam mana pula? Kalau apa? And then of course as a tengah buat media punya ni kan. Of course nanti kita tak decide lagi. And then the next day keluar dekat headline menteri belum membuat keputusan sama ada stokin hitam atau stokin putih. And I was like macam all the strategies apa media tak report because of dia tak ada doesn't have that clickbait kan. But the stokin tu yang jadi issue. So I think a lot of politician yang ni because of the statement yang kecil-kecil dia buat tu yang menyebabkan they sound stupid lah to me.
Oh, okay. Comment from sorry, Dr. Eric says, Johan, blue purpley background to streamer level already. Jangan main-main, okay? Jangan main-main, the streamer. Hey,
I learned from Eric actually. All this stuff actually being reviewed by Eric.
It's from him lah. We have a camera in his house sebenarnya. We can see you watching him. Yeah. And then see a question tonight dress code. Why all black? Why all black? Today we are membangkang, okay? Parti pembangkang. That's why kita pakai baju hitam.
And that nothing got to do with lawan. Nothing got to do with lawan.
Suddenly ada tu live dekat mana-mana newspaper or journal apa. Ada 2 orang pemberontak di Malaysia. Leadership trainer. Aduh. Okay, look at this. So I got a question already. Okay, how to create modules and effective way to create structure in public speaking. I gave a lot of talks, but only topics I master. There is a challenge. Okay, what we'll do is, Mazlan, hang on in there. We're going to talk a bit more and then it will cover that point. All right. Don't worry. Tengok tu Dr. Nurul dah gelak dah. Stoking hitam atau putih. Ya, apa ni? All right, let's go. First thing first, I want to tell everyone lah. This is a real story. I'm very grateful that I connected with Johan. And then that's when the Ayam Kampung and Nasi Campur incident really, helped us become buddies. Because, it was the reason why we connected was actually because of LinkedIn. All right, not LinkedIn. And then after that, I joined a coaching program and I saw Johan and I was very intrigued, that he had leadership. And I was thinking, wow, this guy must be a pro. And I reached out to him. I found out about him. And then he said, come lah, lepak. Go to his office. And then he ajak makan. And then we went to Ayam Kampung and Nasi Campur. Sedap siya. Very nice, very authentic. And then we borak. And one thing I learned about Johan was, you can ask him anything. And then he will, happily give away information and he will just chat away his experience and so on. Just like what we're doing now. So Johan, kenapa? Why you don't mind? Some people are very reclusive. They don't want to share all this information. You will just give me, Rizal, you do this, that. Why is that? What's the story, man?
Oh my God. I don't know kenapa. You are the first to ask this question, so I don't have script for that. But here's my thoughts. I think back in a few years ago, I always do Facebook Live, and people started to ask this kind of thing, kan. And here's my opinion. I think knowledge is supposed to be free. But what I'm charging when I speak or whatever I do, that is people pay me for my professional fee, not for my knowledge. So professional fee and knowledge is two different. To me, it's two different things. So when people ask, like a friend asked, just now I went to Shah Alam, and I went to Shah Alam to send my books. Suddenly I got Perpustakaan Negara order 500 over books, and then I have to deliver to them.
Niki, dengar Niki.
Masa PKP ni kan. And after that I have chit chat lah dengan the person that handles all this thing kan. And as I talk, I shared a lot of things lah from my perspective. Here's the thing, that's the thing. And then suddenly dia cakap, Cik Johan ni cik cakap macam ni tak ada charge tak ada lepas ni kena keluar invoice. Kenapa nak kena keluar invoice? because of, dia kata saya rasa dah macam jadi kursus pula hari ni. Macam okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So yeah.
Okay. So dia rasa macam he was lucky to get the information lah. So yang betul lah, Johan. You're like that. I mean, we have our monthly calls, right? And then we speak about a lot of things. We go very deep about our businesses, what we're doing, my struggles, and you do share the things that you're going through. So that felt very relaxing, and I'm always very happy to just reach out to you. Hey, I know that if I ask you a question, you're not gonna beat around the bush. You will tell me as it is. So that's very good. Yeah lah. But I think that's one of the qualities of true leadership. Through your leadership training, I think you develop, because there's nothing wrong with sharing good knowledge, useful information with people, and if people appreciate it, and they value it, and that's the whole purpose of leadership, leading someone, showing someone the way. So I think that that's very good. So if you guys do have a question or something, I mean, this guy tak kedekut ilmu, you can always reach out to him. Tapi janganlah PM suruh dia hantar, hey, please send me the book for free ke, dapat kursus free lah. He does his courses lah, right? Okay, maybe now it's time to answer one of the questions. Let's go back to Mazlan's question, right? Mazlan's question here, it says, hi, how to create modules, an effective way to create structure in public speaking. I give a lot of talks, but only on topic I master. New areas is a challenge. How do we do that?
Okay, you are doing the right thing, I believe, because of if you look at professional speaker, how to really be a professional speaker. Professional speakers, they are only good at their areas. They are not good at everything. So I have never seen the professional speakers that speak in 20 different topics, except for a few, except for people like Brian Tracy. Okay, Brian Tracy, yes. Dia cakap pasal sales, dia cakap pasal productivity, time management, a lot of things. But the rest, they are focusing on one or two things that they are focusing on, they are good at, and they master. And when you master a topic, you really build a very in-depth kind of knowledge kat situ. And that is where you have wisdom. And that wisdom is actually benda yang mahal untuk orang dengar. Because of if you can ask the same question to two different people, but people with wisdom, cara dia jawab will be like so different as compared to someone who know the topic, maybe know the technicalities of the topic, but the perspective is different. So people are paying for perspective, I believe. When we talk about professional speaking, but when we talk about modules, it's different. So sometimes some trainers, they said that, okay, you need to master a facilitation skills, and if you can do facilitate a session really well, you can train in any topics. So I don't want to argue on that, because of that is I think that might be true, but as the path that I'm going through, I believe that we need to have mastery in that topic first, then only barulah kita layak untuk charge for that services. So that's my take on it. So I think you give a lot of talks, but only on topic that you master. That exactly what we should do. When I started as a trainer, I train and everything under the sun, because of you're just getting by. But of course, you charge peanut lah, and then you only serve companies that wanting to pay peanut, and then they take me lah. But nowadays, if people ask me to, Johan, can you train on maybe on sales or maybe customer service? Most of the time I said no lah. I'm not the right person to train. Why? Because of that is not my the topic that I master. So bila orang tanya soalan sikit, I will like macam, oh my god, I can't give you a solid answer. I can give you opinions, but not a solid not solid perspective.
Betul. Yeah, there was a lot of it. We did have a bit of a chat on this one. I remember some of the examples you gave lah. Because sometimes industry knowledge is important, right? You can know the topic, like if you're an expert on sales, right? But if you don't know that particular industry, it could be something very, very scary. And, if people ask you, you don't have facts and data, you may look, a bit you don't have that, the credibility to talk about that particular industry. So that's very dangerous, right?
And another thing is substance. I can speak on one topic, and you can have a person B to copy exactly what I speak. Sebiji dia boleh cakap script by script. But this is through my experience. I wanting to develop more people to become like me, but I noticed that should not be the way, because of the participants cakap macam Johan, bila you cakap dia ada weightage tau, tapi bila another person cakap dia macam nampak macam dia kata tak ada aura.
Nice.
That's the word. Dia tu ayat yang one of the participants, which is the GM of the company. Dia kata tak ada aura. So I started to reflect, what's the difference? This was many years ago lah. What's the difference? Then when I reflect, yes, if I were to train in example like colored brain, I will get a very different evaluation, because in 2018 or 2019, I was called to train on sales punya topic, and I said, no, I'm not going to talk about this topic, but this is a proposal that I already sent like in 2015, 2014, 2015 punya kan. Kata sekarang baru dah approve, kata benda ni dah approve, boleh tak you buat? And this is Brunei, I flew to Brunei. And I did my usual training kan, but at that time I felt like macam dia tak macam my normal training tau, because of the topic is something that I'm not really master. Okay, dulu okay lah, I'm doing a shallow kind of training, but at that time I sendiri tak puas hati, and I look at the evaluation was also okay, not all bad evaluation, but ada satu orang cakap macam dia tak puas hati, and I felt really really down, and I decided that from that moment on, I think I'm not going to train on I'm not going to speak, I'm not going to train on topic that I don't really like fully mastered lah. So that's my opinion.
Belum cuba belum tahu lah. You have to try once and then if you fail, don't do it again. Learn the hard way lah. Tu yang kena. I pun kena juga lah. But that's the case. That's very good. Thanks Johan. I think there's a few more, not questions but comments. Tuan speaker, how to stop media from misquoting. Sometimes I feel media try to provoke. Padahal what you say is true. Sometimes small things that they say, but speaker looks silly. What to do? That's when you're up there as a politician or someone representing the public, you got to be ready to be ridiculed.
Yeah, I think because of when I talk about leadership, one of my idol is actually Tun Mahathir, and I think he's brilliant. He's very far-sighted. But when you look at media, dia suka quote benda-benda yang dia cakap yang dia tersalah cakap, ataupun dia bagi perspektif yang bukan-bukan, and then they reframe that perspective. I give you an example. I attended this is what before PKP apa semua ni. Dia cakap tentang one topic lah. I think quite powerful lah the topic. I jotted a lot of notes, I record apa semua macam seronok kan. But during the Q&A, tiba-tiba ada satu media ni yang provoke Dia kata recently Sultan Johor ada cakap tentang bangsa Johor. What is your opinion on having like macam dia punya soalan what's your opinion of having like macam kita ada bangsa Malaysia and then suddenly kita ada bangsa Johor dekat sini. So if you or the person that ask question, what will you say? Of course you will say that macam takkan kita nak support bangsa Johor kan, kita nak support bangsa Malaysia kan. Of course dia kata I think Tun answer it in I can't remember, but the media reported that dia kata Tun tak setuju dengan bangsa Johor, Tun tak setuju dengan Sultan. Tun tak setuju dengan Sultan Johor, yang mana Sultan mengatakan bangsa Johor. And because of that bergaduh tau Tun dengan Sultan. I nampak rentetan daripada tu Sultan pun ada give some statement to reply, and because of that dia jadi bergaduh, and suddenly macam I think media should be like matured lah, but I think media dibuat macam tu. Why? Because of they need to get a proper headline, not proper, a sensational headline so that people click, and that's KPI. So we don't have KPI to come up with an intelligent kind of how many clicks that we get kan. And I think it's not media that to be blamed, it's the whole things like including the readers the readers pun kadang-kadang kita yang suka benda tu kan, disebabkan ada demand media pun buat macam tu kan.
Baca headline je baca headline dah marah dah.
Kita nak kena jadi intellectual sikit kan, supaya media pun suka bagi intellectual punya content, and then kita baca intellectual punya content. I think that's
actually sorry lah
whole system lah, not only the media.
I mean, Donald Trump proved the fact that it doesn't matter about that. It really is sentiment. There's a lot of voters out there that don't really care. But yeah, understand, fully get it. That was a tough one for Tun Mahathir. He's actually a great hero of mine as well. Whatever it is, the reason that whatever thing that people say about him, but it was smart.
I might not agree with 100% of what he did, but I think I respect him as a leader.
Kejap, puji-puji sikit. Yes, Johan, you're a giver. I attended your book writing class and you share with a lot of information. Lepas tu Faizal pun kata, true, Nurul ni jaga-jaga. Faizal mungkin kata pasal dia nak tahu kat mana yang kampung. Kata kan. Tapi si Niki kata, I guess drama sells. Yes, any
Yeah.
news is good news. Yeah, any news is good news. That's the whole point. Bosan lah. Everybody's doing a good job. It's not possible. I mean, any politician out there, there will always be two sides of the camp, and you need to find something. If you don't find anything, you're not doing your job. Oh, okay. Let's
Laga-laga
get back to it.
laga-laga baru
Lagi-lagi,
ada
let's
drama.
go. Tak apa, kita pergi balik. Kita sekarang, okay, sekarang kita pergi local. Kita pergi Malaysia. Pergi Malaysia. Tadi banyak kali aku cakap. I said many times this word. What on earth is maps? Huh? Maps. I hear that they have a cool president now. There's a cool president yang memang tengah cakap tu. Okay. Hang on kejap. You yang president. Hey, Tuan Presiden. Kenapa? Share with us. What is map? Why maps? Kenapa maps? Nah,
Oh
come on,
my
let's
god.
pitch this. Yeah.
So I resigned in 2013, and the
Oh.
first thing that I look forward to is actually joining a community, joining a platform where I can. I joined Toastmasters in 2010, but I think that Toastmasters,
Oh.
it is good for you to build a foundation of public speaking. But one thing that I reflect, I tengok balik, siapa yang dalam geng-geng Toastmasters ni yang really successful in the industry? Not many. Great, dia produce a lot of great speakers, but not really a professional speakers. Of course ada, tetapi not many. And if you look at even if you follow Toastmasters closely, they have this thing called Gavel Award. Gavel
Yep.
Award, ada Tony Robbins pernah dapat, Robin Sharma pernah dapat, some
Oh.
great people dah dapat kan. But if you look at all these people are not non-Toastmasters. So I started to think, okay, I need to find, and one thing about Toastmasters, if you tell people that you're from Toastmasters, people will expect you to speak for free. So that is something that I wanted to macam disassociate. Not only me. I was once in one of a speaking conference. There's a world of public speaking champion sitting. I know him from other associations, and then suddenly I wanted to introduce him. Oh, this is Toastmasters world champion. Lepas tu lepas dah sembang-sembang dengan orang tu, dia tarik saya ke belakang. Next time don't introduce me as Toastmasters. Just introduce me as public world public speaking champion. I said, why? Dia bukan champion lah, dia macam runner up time tu kan. And I said, why? Dia kata, if I tell people I'm from Toastmasters, people expect me to speak for free. Okay. And dia cakap macam tu, and I can relate lah, because I felt the same. So I'm not saying that Toastmasters is not good. Toastmasters is good to for you to build a foundation platform, but you need to have another platform that you can build your speaking career professionally. So at that point of time, I joined a lot of platform. I joined BNI, I joined Maps, I joined even ada Tamrin lah. Time tu ada dorang buat Pro MTN. Pro MTN is like Professional Muslim Trainer Network. Tamrin is like pertubuhan perunding motivasi Muslim Malaysia or something like that. It's not a different name. Tamrin is Tamrin. And I tried to join network. And I find out that Maps have something unique. As compared, okay, BNI, of course, international. I like Toastmasters, I like BNI because of these are international. And MAPS is local but is affiliated with international. So it means that MAPS, kita founded in Malaysia, is a Malaysian Malaysian Association of Professional Speakers, and at the same time we are affiliated with GSF. GSF is Global Speakers Federation. We ada 17 sekarang ni association of the world. So we have connection. And at the time that wasn't my focus sangat nak pergi international apa semua. I just wanting to learn. But one thing that I like about Maps is okay, the spirit of sharing. Maybe you felt that I'm sharing with you. I don't know. That's something like natural. Maybe because of Maps punya culture memang macam tu. Dia duduk kat situ, dia share their trade secrets. The reason why I joined Maps is before 2012 or 2013, I attended one session with Atta Kamazi. At time tu Atta Kamazi was my guru, not is my guru lah, my mentor, the Colored Brain founder. So dia punya session, I'm sitting 2 seats next to the president-elect at that time, which is Jega Deswaran, Jega. And Jega dia bagi name card, and then kat situ dia tulis Maps. And I said, what is Maps? Dia kata, oh, Maps, we are a bunch of professional speakers. I remember he mentioned that we gather every month to share trade secrets, or trade secrets, but we don't share. We share trade secrets. I said, wow, what is trade secrets? Huh? And I don't believe it lah. Macam mana you are going to share things that works with you, we are going to share with your competitor.
Yeah.
So until I joined Maps, I found it that exactly what Maps is all about. We share with our members what works, and people share freely though. Some of
Hmm.
the some of the speakers, some of the speakers, they share the whole business model, macam mana dijalankan dia punya business, and then
Betul.
you can copy and then run based on your creativity lah. You copy and then you run. But implementing
Hmm.
is not something easy lah. But you can get a lot of ideas. And one thing that I really love about Maps in 2016, I went to Singapore, which is the
Yep.
APSS, Asia Professional
Yeah.
Speakers Singapore. And at that time, I attended dia punya conference. It blew me away with how macam the speakers yang diorang jemput, how they run the event, and then how they share like freely. And that moment, I made a decision lah. I can't really like be like a normal freelance trainer yang macam kita buat job 3-4 job sebulan and then duduk kat rumah apa semua ni.
Hmm.
That is where I made the decision. 2017, I started to expand the company lah, having team, having properly team set up. That's the value
Tengok ni,
of
Baba ni kata power. Don't worry about how we divide up the pie. Let's just make a pie bigger.
this
A
is Kevin
bigger
Robert,
pie.
the founder
Kevin
of
Robert.
National Speakers Association in the US. So MAPS is
Oh.
like a sister association. Kita the founder Dato' Lawrence, dia dulu members of MAPS dekat US. Members of NSA dekat US. Dia balik Malaysia, dia tubuhkan MAPS seolah-olah macam nak bawa the spirit of, kita panggil the spirit of Kevet lah, untuk kita bawa dekat Malaysia. And then the same thing, dia cakap, don't worry about how we divide the pie, just make the pie bigger, and kalau kita dah cukup besar, it's enough for everyone.
Exactly. I agree. I mean, I spoken to a lot of people, not beyond speaking, training, whatever that you do, right? People always fight competition, right? Don't worry, the market is such a big place. In fact, if we collaborate, we can even do more. And unless you are like sate lah, you jual sate kat sebelah pun kedai sate juga, of course lah, tak boleh. Sebab
Orang dah
same
kenyang
client
tak
datang kan,
bayar.
yang kurang tak pergi dah. Lepas tu, ni dah damai dah. Nak tanya for me to join as associate member kan? There's so many categories, right?
Kita boleh jadi profesional lah.
Dia dah silap lain tahun jadi presiden Mamat ni. Tapi I rasa dia, itulah. Lain tahun jadi presiden Mamat ni. Dia ni power. Okay,
Yeah.
alright. So this is just a snapshot of the website, guys. So I put down the website name down there, www.maps.org.my. So guys, go and have a look, have a peek. I actually did the same thing, and I'm a member, and I have not regretted ever since. And whatever that Johan just mentioned just now was very true. These guys, they invite amazing people to come over, and they talk about their experience, how they run their speaking gigs. I won't lie to you. They tell you the every single detail, how they send the emails, how they run it, how they market it, and what are the do's and don'ts. And these are guys who are making tons of money overseas, selling their speaking gig all across the world. Huge, huge bunch of people. So you meet a lot more Johans in there, and you know that the association will be like that because the president is like that, and of course the other team members too. Credit to them too. These guys are nice, and it won't there's nothing wrong, and you would just only it will make a much better difference if you do come and join, and it will help you if you do have the intention to try and learn to become a speaker or have that interest. It's so cheap, more so cheap. Oh my god, yeah, tax deductible, right? Tax deductible. Okay, there's a few comments in there. Let's have a look at some of the comments. Ni macam-macam ni dia kata. That looks at thermostat and mumble. Ni macam Toastmaster dia ingat thermostat terus ah. Kau ni apa? Sati memang suka benda panas ni lah. Hai. Tengok ni, dia dah kata dah, ni yang nak belajar ni. Ni yang nak belajar ni. Dia nak belajar macam mana. Yang sate kata like kajang lah. One whole town selling sate kan.
Okay, they can collaborate kan. No problem.
Dia can collaborate lah. Tapi tak tahu juga. Dia orang main deki-deki juga. Okay. I used to live in Bangi back in the 80s. And going to Kajang was tons of sate Kajang there. There's many. Of course, Haji Samuri was one of the top ones. But the one that I always go to wasn't Haji Samuri. I was going to another one. This was before, it was during the stadium time. It was at the stadium, not next to the stadium underneath that, library, I think. So that was a long time ago. Wah, tengok apa ni? Belum lagi lah. Dia kata esok bank in membership fee. Woi, alright. Kejap-kejap kita bagi sorakan pertama. Dan juga kena check lah, kena check. Wah, padahal jom, I dah join dah. Okay, Dr. Nurul, come on. Sate tak panas tak sedap. Apa? Sate, come on, sate. Because CA pasal lah sate kan. Okay, because CA is sate, I'm rojak and sotong as well. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next question. We got an interesting one here. This is a secret that nobody knows. People know that he's a speaker, right? So we know that you're the Malaysian leadership trainer, top Malaysian leadership trainer. Sebutlah kat mana-mana, kat Penang ke, Johor ke, Kelantan ke, diorang tahu. The colored brain je is Johan Irwan. Diorang tahu dah. And already a seasoned speaker, now you aspire to go global. You aspire. That's a big word, aspire. You want to be. So, hey, you share lah. What are you going to do? How are you going to go global? Macam mana?
Okay, I'm not sure the first one Malaysian top Malaysian leadership trainer that I'm not sure that is a fact
Hey,
or
you
that's
are,
that
man.
you wanted to put.
That's my view, my view.
I think that we have a lot of other Malaysian trainers. One thing that
Hmm.
people like to claim number one. I'm number one leadership trainer. I'm number one. I have attended this siapa ni Dr. Zahrudin kot. Dia cakap the financial punya yang syariah punya advisor ni kan. Dia
Hmm.
kata it's not non-syariah compliant to call ourselves number one. So
Oh.
start moment I was thinking betul juga when we claim we are number one, we are top. Are we claiming the right thing? Because of if we try to like macam mislead the market with our marketing, that's considered non-syariah compliant according to him.
Oh, iya
And
ke?
slowly went on. I said macam I should not claim certain things unless it is like macam katalah macam Pro2 kan is like number one according to Frost and Sullivan. Okay, that is acceptable because of number one
Oh.
according to Frost and Sullivan, that's a fact.
Hmm.
Okay, but colored
Okay.
brain, I can give you like assurance that I'm number one. Leadership trainer, no, I'm
Kan?
not.
Tapi kejap.
Top no.
I work in a law firm before, so don't worry. I have worded it very well. One of the top. One of
Okay,
the
one
top.
of the
So
top,
it's
yeah.
not number one. One of the top.
There
Yeah.
are a lot of top leadership trainer lah in
Yes.
Malaysia. Kita ada, I don't know, Roshan Tiran, kita ada hundreds and hundreds more. But colored brain, yes. The reason why I choose colored brain is I have to find a niche. And when I joined the training punya industry, you know, I was very much wanting to be like NLP certified and I think because of that during that time NLP was the in thing. But the problem is when if I were to like macam baru nak jump into NLP and that there are a lot of others that talking about NLP, so that will be like macam I will be diluted with the NLP punya brand, NLP punya ni kan. So it's very difficult for me to be like top NLP trainers, whereas we have some great other NLP punya players in the market. So I find out that colored brain is something new, something like macam tak ramai orang buat and not even known in the market, and something that I really can resonate with because I always like macam wonder kenapa I'm not like this, kenapa I'm not like that, and colored brain actually explain some part of it and what drives me as a person and things like that, and I find it very very useful for me, and I like why not I just focus cakap pasal colored brain, and at the very beginning it was difficult lah because of when market doesn't know about colored brain, I have to like macam rebuild the brand, and after 5 years or so, then only I think like my presence in the market, people started to talk about colored brain. I started to receive a phone call that from I don't know where, cakap pasal Johan, you are doing colored brain, can you do for my organization? Okay, baru start after 5 years, so meaning that to the journey is not easy lah. It's not easy.
Well, how about the journey to become a global speaker? Come on.
Yeah, the question is global. This is something that I said because of in 2019, our business, I can say that was quite well. During 2019 and 2020, I made somehow a decision that I wanted to play at the next level, which is the international level, a global level. Okay, here's the thing. International and global to me, this is my definition. International and global are two separate, two different meaning. What does international means to me? international, looking at the word international, it's like macam if you have spoken in like myself, I've spoken in Brunei, Indonesia,
Hmm.
sikit kat Singapore sikit. That is international lah. Dah cross nation kan. International
Itu
is
macam
nation.
Penang je, pergi oversea punya definition je.
Overseas tak kira lah. Okay, but global is really like you travel around the globe and then like macam okay, this is my dream lah. Maybe Tuesday I'm in Dubai speaking this conference, and then Friday I'm in like macam Philippines, and the next week
Uish.
I'm in New York, and then balik pergi ke I don't know, Paris ke, speaking conference. So that would be my ultimate orang kata dream lah. And this was actually inspired by Frederick Herron. In 2016, I was in Singapore. Frederick Herron is someone from Sweden, but he stays in Singapore. And if you ask me, siapa kenal Frederick Herron? I can bet that everyone that I met tak kenal Frederick Herron unless they are part of MAPS yang pernah pergi APS. I think not all MAPS pun kenal dia, but siapa yang pernah jumpa dia. But he went to 26 different countries in every year. Maksudnya dia pusing memang all over the globe lah every year.
Okay.
He charges. I'm not sure if I am okay to reveal this, but I think he put
A
on
range
video.
lah. Give you a range lah.
He charges up to it's not near up to 30,000 USD per speech, 1 hour speech.
Wah, bestnya.
Wow, 30,000 USD convert to 4.2 BRM is like 100,000 1 hour punya kerja. So and then make a statement. Where else professionals yang mana lagi yang dalam dunia ni, either lawyer ke apa ke, consultant, IT consultant ke, yang dibayar sebanyak itu and then he said that speaking probably is one of the highly paid professionals in the world. So that really like macam wow, I never thought of it that way. And Frederick Herron is not like the top level speaker. If you look at people like Simon Sinek, he charges around 80,000 to 100,000, 120,000 per speech. Brainy Brown, I'm not sure, but and I ask people, siapa kenal Brainy Brown? Tak ada siapa kenal Brainy Brown dekat Malaysia ni lah. Adalah sikit-sikit yang rajin baca
Brown,
buku.
tahu tak Charlie Brown?
Charlie Brown. But he charges 80,000 per speech. And dia kata dia pernah dapat satu offer 100,000. Dia bukan dia kata lah, ada event organizer kata dah confirm nak panggil dia, tapi dia kata I'm sorry lah, that week I nak spend time dengan my family lah. So they reject that 100,000 to spend with the family. Oh my god. So okay, I'm not there for the money, but my question is how come dia boleh charge sampai 20,000 macam Faizal cakap tadi kan, 20-30,000 is like the range of a professional speaking. Kalau kita baca buku Dory Clark ke apa ke, dia memang he charges about 20,000 per speech. My question is, what makes people wanting to pay that amount of money? Because when people don't see value, definitely people won't pay that money. And that is where when the topic that you shared, how to make an impact as a professional speaker, that is something like yes, you have to make an impact, and that is topic that actually resonates me. We are being paid based on the impact that we bring when we speak, not because how well we speak or how good we are, how great we are as a speaker.
Betul tu.
One of the question people selalu tanya when after I became a president of MAPS, semua orang tanya, what is professional speaking? How do I become a professional speaker? Okay, to me the metaphor is like this. If you are doing it, then you don't charge for it. Chances are you are going to pay for it. So that we call hobby. Macam kita main badminton, mancing, that's hobby. But when people do it professionally, most of the time they will charge for the things. Macam Azizul Hasni, he's a professional. Dia menang, dia dapat duit tau. Kita main basikal, kita terpaksa beli basikal, kita terpaksa spend duit main basikal. So because we are not professional. And I like to play guitar, but I'm not a professional guitarist. But I'm a good guitarist. I can say I'm a great guitarist, but I'm not a professional guitarist. So paling kuat pun I main untuk dulu orang kahwin kan. Orang kahwin dulu joget, jing. Lebih macam tu. Siko punya. uh, uh, that kind of song I have to play bila main dengan orang kahwin. But I'm
Hmm.
not professional. Because I'm not professional, I dapatlah bayaran RM80. Satu kali kugiran kan. But
Hmm.
when speaking is the same thing. You can be a great speaker, but macam juga footballer. You can be a great footballer, tapi if you don't play it full time and you don't earn money from it, you are not professional. Speakers are the same thing. If you can be a
Hmm.
great speaker, and that's why we have a lot of great speakers in Toastmasters, but because of they don't charge for it, so they are not professional speakers. Professional speakers are those who
Hmm.
make it like their profession. Okay.
Hmm.
And in any professional, there will be like tier kan.
Hmm.
You are well standard ke, you are ni ataupun you are jago kampung ke. So you are jago kampung, maybe you earn some amount of money. The higher you go,
Hmm.
you charge more. So same like professional speakers lah. So to me that's
Phew.
professional speaking lah.
Okay, I'll be watching you lah. When you go and travel, kalau nak ada opening act 5 minit make joke, panggil lah aku. I can be the moderator. I can be the opening person that opens the session. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. Dah salah. Dah salah program pula. Okay, a few
Ah,
comments here. A few comments. Les Brown, USD 1 million.
Tony
Not bad.
Robbins apa semua tu.
Yep, yep. Sinek and Brown at another level, very well known. Tu yang apa? Tu yang nak cakap sebulan sekali je then tidur. Cik, jangan harap lah weh. Dia mesti kerja banyak punya. Oh, behind the
I think
scene,
he
all this
need to get
power.
there. The work that he done in order for him
Yeah.
to be able to charge that's a ton of works.
Yo, got a question from Nikki here. How do you quantify an impact as a speaker? Popularity, market acceptance, validation? Would you like to get your insights? How do you quantify impact?
End of the day, it is the audience that determines that. Because of a good speaker, they will make that their audience suddenly like macam leave the room with something like macam different kind of perspective. I don't know how to quantify impact because of most of the time in training what we do is we give the happy sheet kan, kita bagi the evaluation form and then they take 5 or 4 3 3. That is level 1 most of the time kan. That might not be I think the better way to measure impact. And even as because of when we talk about impact is very subjective, very subjective. But the person that invites you to speak most of the time, okay, here's the thing that from Frederick, and dia kata how do you market? How did he market his speech? Because of they travel all over the world, 26 countries in a year, so maybe 50 over speech. I don't know, 50 or 80 or 100 speech a year. Dia kata how to market it, dia kata senang je. Dia kata you go to conference, you deliver the very best speech that you can, and then from the audience akan ada 1-2 orang yang rasa macam wah you punya speech ni bagus lah, can you speak at my event? And if you can have
No.
two I can say people that comes to you and then ask you to speak at their events, and then you will double up, you will double up. And as any how to say as any industry, it will always based on supply and demand. So there is no one I can say there's no one way to quantify impact because of some people they just want entertainment. Macam Douglas Slim apa semua ni kan. Sekarang ni dia gempak gila kan. Supply and demand. Dulu orang tak kenal dia. Dia bagus tau. Dia memang lawak dia daripada dulu memang bagus. Tapi dulu dia tak famous. Dia tak viral. Orang tak kenal dia. So he cannot charge high because of there's no demand. But and then more and more demand. Then you gradually increase the pricing lah. So it's not so much about impact. But at the end of the day, we want to give impact. But why people pay us is not so much not impact alone. There's a lot of things that actually the factors are what a professional speaker.
I once got I have a very good friend who used to work in my previous who's still working in my previous employment. She was my colleague and partner in crime lah. So she always tell me, Rizal, there's only one reason why we do trainings. We go in there, we want to change someone's life. When they leave the session, they have learned something that will change their life. So every time I go into a training, I always have that in my mind that, I'm coming in, guys, you're learning something new. You're going to come out differently. You're going to come refreshed. be it on the particular topic that you're doing. You have to just have that added oomph in your knowledge that you're going to go out and do it. So every time I go and talk, I really, all out, all energy, and make sure that I give my best for the sessions. I'm assuming that speaking will also be the same in some ways.
Yeah.
So the
I
impact,
think
like you said, is very much yourself. Yeah.
what really satisfying me at the end of the day is when people come back to me after a while and saying that,
Mm.
hey, the program that you did 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, sometimes maybe lebih daripada itu pun, dia kata really changes me. I met someone yang macam, hey, your colored brain, yeah, after long, after very long,
Mm.
dia kata the colored brain that you train us, that time is only for 1 day, satu hari je, dia kata it
Uh,
totally change how he deal with people, and these
oh.
are the levels, he was a COO kot of the company, and I didn't
Oh.
expect because I'm training their people, dia macam dia just part of ni kan, and I
Uh,
didn't expect that comes from him tau, and then
oh.
yeah, that
Okay.
kind of
Okay.
yeah.
But the main thing that I learned from you just now was the most number one important thing is do your best when you have a chance to speak, and then if you have a large audience, if you impact even one person, that one person can then introduce you to another person, and get then refer you to another opportunity. So just that whenever you go on stage, don't think so much about validation, response, and so on. Just do your best, and then try to deliver the message as clear as possible, right story, right blend, full engagement, and then be at the moment authentic and real. So in some way, someone out there will be listening, and they might be the one that's going to be the catalyst that brings you in, hopefully brings you around the world lah. So I hope that I get to see you go around the world.
So just to correct something, because I
Hmm.
listen to someone sini said jangan datang dengan niat untuk impact satu orang, because of if you
Oh
come with
yeah,
a
ke?
so dia kata of course we want to impact everyone,
The whole,
but
yes, yes, yes.
most of the time the people who are impacted, they forget about us after they achieve whatever they achieve kan, but dia akan ada
Hmm.
satu orang yang macam wanting to uh, to get more people to listen to our message, so that is where
Hmm.
to me lah, that's
Okay.
how I
Yep.
go
Sure.
with my business.
Okay, cool, cool. We got actually a lot of comments, man. So it says Dahlia, she says, good metaphor, please requote. Good metaphor. I mean, we know which metaphor. So Dahlia is actually my sister. Thanks for joining
Okay,
in. She's there.
which one?
And then cakap pasal masih basikal mamak ni naik sepatu golek kan, itu. Ya Allah budak ni.
Oh my, so sorry to hear your the other day.
Itulah sama semi-pro, and then there's Babani saying need to constantly be working on the expertise and niche. So I guess that in anything we do in business, in life, to excel ahead, you either have to be really really good at what you are, and then over time you are ahead of everyone or someone, and you have that particular niche. I think that yeah, I just joined a mentoring program, and then we all talked about having the niche, and it's actually very hard to figure out your niche, right? Just to
So
try and see. Because the inwards and outwards looking. We got a few
simple
more
to say,
comments.
but easy.
Words of mouth. More mouth speak of you. More value.
That's true.
Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh.
put it in a very nice way.
One of the best moments is to make a meaningful change in someone else's life. It is. It is. Well, okay. And Jaji, she's in Singapore at the moment tuning in. Uh
Okay,
Jaji, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Brilliant, brilliant. Amin, amin, Rabbil Alamin. Okay, ni nak ikut ni, aku rasa nak pergi overseas ni. Oh, Nurul Fatih say, what is your mindset when you go on stage to speak? Let's go. Let's go, let's
wow.
go. And guys, we're going to extend a bit because it's 59 minutes, but we just want to go through a lot of comments here. So, what is your mindset when you go on
Mindset
stage?
and go on stage to speak. Cannot remember. But most of the time, what I will remind myself is actually to do grounding lah. Before we start sessions. Even though I know my intention, but I will always like write it down again. So what are the things that I wanted to achieve in this day, and then I even do the same thing. I say I wanted to make impact for this audience, for these participants. I wanted to make some tangible change. They will see
Mm.
things differently and things like that. I will write it down, and most of the time,
Oh,
when we want to speak about certain things, we need to speak what we believe. When we speak what we believe, it's different. Dia punya penerimaan and how it lands with our listeners will be so much different as compared to
Mm.
something that macam. So that's why I don't like to talk about things that I baru tahu, baru baca pasal benda tu because of dia tak masak, dia tak sampai lagi kan. So I learned
Oh.
from Frederick lah. Speak what you believe what you speak. Something like that. So meaning that
Oh.
once we already have deep belief on that things, then only um, we speak what I think what makes it powerful is when we speak what we believe.
Wow. Okay. Brilliant. Thank you. That's a great tip. And Nurul, I hope that you got it. Another Nurul is asking a question. Johan, share a secret. How when you encounter fear speaking in front, how you encounter your fear speaking in front of a large audience? How do you counter fear? How do you fight
It's
back?
quite difficult question because of uh, sometimes fear. Of course, even I've been speaking in so many stages. I will the 5 minutes before coming on stage, I will have that goosebumps. Apa semua tu memang ada lagi tau, the nervousness. But the moment I come on stage, the excitement macam dia overtook tau. The excitement dia dah overtook, dia dah lupa dah fear apa semua tu. Macam before
Mm.
coming on stage, sakit perut lah, tiba-tiba nak pergi toilet lah. But the moment I'm on stage, dia macam tiba-tiba ni because of you are so excited, especially when you talk about topic that you're so much passionate about. The excitement will like macam dia akan supersede the fear lah. I can say that. So the reason why people have fear of public speaking, maybe, and this is my maybe, uh,
Mm.
they speak on something that they are not familiar with. Dia pun tak pasti. Dia lepas tu dia afraid of people judging them and dia
Mm.
takut tersalah cakap. This is exactly me lah. Those days kan macam kita takut kita tersalah lah kalau kita salah cakap apa. We have so
Yep.
many macam thoughts that's coming to our mind and that creates fear lah. That's me lah. I'm not sure about others, but
Self-doubt. Self-doubt.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. For me, I get really pumped. For a stage is like a rock band going on stage. I get really pumped. I can't wait to go. It's like go out.
And
Dun, dun, dun,
another
dun,
thing
dun.
talk about on stage is because of probably it aligns with my natural self lah, which
Mm.
is I talk about talent zone. My next book will be Kompas Kejayaan where I talk about talent zone,
Mm.
that which aligns with my talent. In my
Mm.
model, they align dengan my talent, which I call the talent is superstar. So I think that not everyone will be excited on stage. Some people just prefer to
Mm.
be on backstage. But
Yep.
people like me, I'm excited to be on stage. Even before I became a professional speaker or even buat public speaking Toastmasters ni, I like to be on stage playing guitar. Zaman-zaman dulu kan main kat
Oh,
gig, main kat concert apa semua. So that really like pumped me up.
yo, that's cool, man. And we all know you can rock the guitar lah. Yang power, man. I was like, wow, ini goreng power. Okay, check the comments. Faizal Sami dah 95% recovered jatuh basikal tertungging hari tu. Ni pasal 95% tu. 5% tu kalau taruh ayam kampung, sure clear punya. Okay, sure clear. Okay, my challenge was thinking, do I have substance? Yeah, people always question themselves. Just go and do it, man. People will definitely value. And I don't know lah. I don't know about you, Johan, but Faisal, man, he can really, talk. When he talks about sales, I've seen no one in. He's really good. He's up there. He's a specialist in sales. Really, really good. I'm always amazed with your post, and you do come in with a lot of information, and I can't wait to see you speak. If you do have one coming up soon.
So,
Yeah.
somewhere in 2011, I came across this book, 2011, 2012, Brand
Mm,
Mastery by it's a Singaporean guy. I can't remember the name.
mm,
Ken Chi. Yeah, the name is Ken Chi. So
mm,
he wrote in that book and dia kata we can master anything that we want, provided that we spend some time. Kalau kita spend 1 hari 1 jam on that topic that we wanted to master, by 2.5 years, we will have more knowledge as compared to the most majority of people. So meaning that kita akan ada satu kepakaran yang lebih lagi daripada kebanyakan orang.
yep.
So initially I thought iya ke. So actually I did exactly that lah. Macam bila I decided on to speak on leadership, I try to go on every leadership books that I can, try to attend whatever leadership course that I can, and then get insights, get perspective. So yeah, I think
Mm,
that's slowly. And Faizal, I have no doubt that you are masters in sales. If I got sales, I will sales punya Johan, can you do sales training? I will cakap cari Faizal
Tu lah
better.
power lah dia. Ni lah Nurul Fatihah kata, Ya Allah Faizal suami you ada banyak substance. Laugh out loud. Naughty lah you.
Moment
Memang
that we
naughty pun.
doubt, I think some of you might familiar with this that Dunning-Kruger effect. Bila kita confident, maksudnya kita baru dapat that knowledge. I have a lot of friends. Dia baru-baru dapat knowledge yang macam 4C of marketing. Terus cakap, Johan, I wanted to train on marketing. I finally understand what marketing is all about. It boils down to 4C semua kan. So I was like macam, okay. And sekali dia buat macam, I cakap, okay, kalau you bagus, you buat lah I punya marketing ni. Haram tak boleh, tak jadi. So I was like macam, when someone who are confidently said they are good, chances are they are not good lah. But someone who are doubt, am I already there? I wonder I have a substance. Chances are dia dah macam dah progress
Dia
into
lah.
like a lot of things. Lagi banyak kita tahu, lagi banyak macam oh shit, banyak lagi kita tak tahu.
Power man. Okay, guys. Right, we are overshot by 6 minutes. But because today's topic is so much fun, and then we have an amazing speaker in the house today. That's why the session is very interesting. I really appreciate it, guys. Your comments and questions have been really, really cool. The last one, the most important question is going to be this one. Where is the nasi ayam kampung? Kena join Max dulu ke?
Hey, the Nasi Ayam Kampung.
Yeah.
At first, I brought so many people to the Nasi Ayam Kampung. None of them speak about Nasi Ayam Kampung I ever seen. But you are the one like macam balik-balik cakap Nasi Ayam Kampung. Okay, I got so many August. Apa dia cakap? I got so many August.
I'm getting so many August when Johan mentioned so many books. Yo. Memang lah. Johan is a walking dictionary, man. The guy knows every single book.
I don't read a lot of books, but I just love books lah. Macam dulu, I like to buy a lot of cassettes. I have so many cassettes and I like to listen different kind of music. So nowadays, my hobby is actually collecting books and then, yeah. But
Gadget.
I don't read it. I rastly tengok content of the book lah. What does that book punya perspective? I think that's to me important lah. Where is the Nasi Ayam Kampung? Nasi Ayam Kampung, come to my office after the PKP.
Sign up dulu Maps.
Yeah. Sign up dulu Maps. Come to my office. I got you to sign up Maps. As a token of appreciation, I'll bring you to Nasi Ayam Kampung.
It's a that way. Very authentic. Very, very authentic, man. All right. We are already at the end of the show. Wow, what an amazing session. I think I've never had a session where there's just so many things going and people asking questions. But obviously, we all learned a great deal today, even for myself. Even after we talked a lot, Johan, I'm still learning a lot more information about you and about your journey in corporate training and leadership training and colored brain, and also now your aspiration to become a global speaker. So hopefully that you will get there. I'm very sure. So maybe some last few words to close off the day to the audience. Anything from your side?
Oh, closing kita cakap pasal topik apa hari ni one thing about me kita macam
make an impact. How to make an impact as a professional speaker? Macam mana nak jadi? Kita your dream to make more professional speakers are coming from Malaysia.
Yeah, I think Malaysian professional speaking market is very immature. Kita nak juga Nasi Ayam Kampung. Okay, next come to my office.
Boleh claim.
Lunch punya ni. Korang datang satu bas lah. Datang satu bas. Open office please. I just believe that Malaysian kita punya professional speaking punya market is not yet matured lah. I think we should build together because of people like Simon Sinek, people like I don't know, probably I love people like Daniel Ping, I love people like Malcolm Gladwell. These are authors yang turn speakers kan. And once he speak, he impacted hundreds and hundreds of people. And thousands. Sekali cakap 1,000 orang inspired. So why can't we build more of that in Malaysia? And why can't we build like more like Stephen Covey and he already passed away, but his legacy of the 7 habit is still there and people still benefiting from it. The work of one person dia akan bagi impact pada maybe millions. And if you can build more Malaysians like that, I think we can not only impact Malaysians, we can impact people at a global level. So let's if you have that take to be a professional speaker, join us in Maps.
For
Come
sure.
have a chat, and then I think Maps is
Mm,
because of I think we as an individual cannot help as much as a platform helps. So that's why I think Maps is the best platform to help to build the speaking career.
mm. All right, brilliant. I agree, and I loved it, and I haven't regretted joining Maps. They got so many sessions. They got so many local and overseas speakers coming in, talking about their experience, and they share everything, man, for just for
Oh,
you to
coming
learn and
weekend,
take.
Saturday.
Oh,
Wow, Julian
I
Matter
mean,
and oh wait, these are the two like macam wow, this is world class punya ni talk about their area. Julian Matter is talking about video. He's world class,
mm,
man.
mm, can't wait,
I
man.
personally can't wait to join that.
Yeah, yeah, cool stuff. All right, that's all for today. I wanted to wish everyone a good night and thank you for joining us on LOL with Rizal. And a special thank you to Johan and Assalamualaikum. Selamat malam. Everybody stay safe and take care. We're closing off.
Okay, thank
Good night.
you all. Thank you, Rizal, for having me in the show.
All right. Bye bye.
Okay, bye bye.